Hi, welcome back to my channel. I'm Charlotte. I have Tourette syndrome, and today, in honor of Tourette's Awareness Month, I'm going to be covering some misconceptions about Tourette syndrome and the real facts about it, not what people actually think. Number 1, Tourette syndrome is the swearing disorder. No, it's not. Actually, most people with Tourette syndrome don't have obscene tics. Obscene tics as in, vulgar, words or phrases or, inappropriate stuff or, gestures or movements. So it's actually less common than people think. It's just the reason why they see that side of it so much is because, publicly or, it's kind of seen as, comedic and, people drawn towards that type of content. Number 2, people with Tourette's tic all the time, constantly. That's not true. I have Tourette syndrome and I can't say I'm not ticking right now because talking about ticking triggers tics. It's part of how the brain works. But, no, we don't tic all the time, every second. And some people get confused. They're like, oh, well, you weren't ticking in this video, or you're not ticking right now, so you don't actually have Tourette syndrome. Babes, that's not how it works. You're not supposed to tick every second. Also, there's a such thing called editing and reshooting. Use your critical thinking skills. Number 3, people with Tourette's are ticking exactly what they're thinking or what they want to do. That's just absolutely not true. There are times where we can think something and it will come out as a tic, but that's more of so echolalia is hearing someone else or yourself say something and then you have a tic that repeats that thing. That's what echolalia tics are. Basically, if I do tic what I'm thinking, it's like echolalia, but in my brain. So, I'll say the thing in my head or whatever, and then I'll tic a repetition of the thing that was said in my head. Does that make sense? But there are plenty of times where I tic something that I had no premonition for, and I had no idea why or when I was going to say it. I ticked "oh no" the other day, just out of completely nowhere, and I almost wondered who said it because I was I didn't even realize that was coming out of my mouth. Same thing with gestures and stuff and motor tics. Times where I have a motor tic that I didn't feel coming on, because that happens sometimes. Number 4. All people with Tourette's have the same tics. They have to look the same. If you know one person with Tourette's and you see someone else with Tourette's, they have to have the same exact symptoms and the same severity, and if they don't, then one of them's faking. That's not true. None of that is true. Just like other disorders, of any kind ever, Tourette's is a spectrum, so the severity changes from person to person. The types of tics can be completely different, depending on the person. The onset is at different ages. No two people with Tourette's are just supposed to be the same. And on that topic, I guess this would be number 5. Tics are constant, and consistent, and never change, and are supposed to be the same frequency all the time. That is also false. Tics change severity, and they also just change. The actual tic itself you get new ones, lose old tics. They change in many different ways for many different reasons. So tics can become more severe and less severe depending on the hour, depending on the day, the week, the month. Really, they're very transient. Number 6, Tourette syndrome is the only type of tic disorder. That's absolutely not true. There are many different kinds. The whole point of Tourette syndrome being a tic disorder is the fact that it is a tic disorder. So there are other tic disorders. Just like tics themselves are a symptom of other conditions as well. And just like the other tic disorders, there are diagnostic criteria for to differentiate between each tic disorder. I believe that was number 6. Yeah, I think so. Number 7. Some people think or strongly believe that Tourette's syndrome is a demonic possession, and they just demonize people with Tourette's and tics. Like, they invalidate the neurological science and just say, oh, you're possessed by a demon, you need an exorcist, you're demonic. And they'll say things like, oh, so-and-so can cure you. If you pray to, this god or whatever that I believe in, then you'll be healed. Or, if I pray over you, then I can heal you. Look, I'm a religious person, but I just know that it's not how it works.